Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Epic. I just want to see. So what's being suggested here is that this is silence appearing as words, as sound, meaningless words. This is stillness. This is complete stillness appearing as wow movement. This is the unconditional appearing as conditions. Simultaneously, not separately, not in time. This is timelessness appearing as time. This is wholeness appearing as separate boxes on a screen. This is timelessness appearing as time, as a before or an after, or now. There's no one here, but it appears that there's a you and me. It's completeness, but there's an appearance of seeking. But there's really no gaps, there's really no separateness. All of this is appearing simultaneously, spontaneously. It's not appearing in time because there's no time, but seemingly there is a happening that's really a non-happening. This is a happening that's also unhappening at the same time. This is an appearance and a disappearance appearing simultaneously. So there's nothing lacking. There seems to be seeking, but everyone's already home, but there's no one home. This is unconditional freedom appearing as conditions simultaneously. So with that being said, nothing is lacking. Everything is already complete. This is the Alpha and the Omega. This is death and life. Seemingly opposites, but since this has no opposites, this is wordless expression. Some expressing in dreamlish, because this is the dream. All of these words that are coming out are completely meaningless. There's no purpose to this meeting. There's nothing that you will ever get at this meeting. There's nothing going to be an offer. So I don't know why people show up, but it's cool. It's really cool. It's wow. So all the questions and the answers appearing are the same. There's no subject and object. There's no before and after. There's not going to be any questions. There's not going to be any answers. Seemingly, in appearance, it's going to appear like someone's trying to get something, but all that's going to be an offer here is that it's already whole and complete. It's already finished. The seeking is already done. The journey never started and will never end. So seemingly this oppositeness doesn't really have an opposite. There's no separation. It's just seeming that way. And that's the great mystery. This mystery is stunning because it can't be solved. But who can solve it? No one. No one's ever going to wake up because no one ever wants to sleep. Who sleeps at night and who wakes up in the morning? What's a night? What's a morning? What are these words pointing out to? Nothing. With that being said, if there's questions that arises, anything, if you just want to chat, if you want to type a question on the chat, that's completely all right. And I have William. William, how are you?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
Epic.
Yeah, I don't have a specific question. I just fancied a chat. Because this communication, maybe I'm trying to make sense out of nothing, but this communication, it seems something so powerful goes on that I can't make any sense out of.
Yeah, how can you? There's no you to make sense of it. And it doesn't really make any sense. So it's really pointless. But it's great chatting with you. It's pretty cool.
I think also...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think also there's just such a desperation to know what's being spoken about here. And I get that it's being said, it's unknowable, but...
That desperation is also everything. So there's nothing wrong or right with that desperation. It's also just what's appearing. This is an appearance and it is a disappearance. Trying to point out into something that's already free. Oh, hi. Just a second. I'm just going to mute you for a moment. I have William still. So there's nothing to get because there's no one that will ever get it. No one will ever get it.
I was going to say on your side,
or there's no side here.
for that character, Emerson,
yeah.
The need to know or make sense of anything has completely dropped.
There's no one that needs to know or to get anything. So you can't even say drop. There's just no one here.
But you would say in the apparent past, there was an attempt to get somewhere.
That just seemed like a story, seemed like a night dream. You know, when you're dreaming at night, you're trying to get something and then you wake up and you get nothing. You're trying to figure out something, then you wake up and but no one ever wakes up. It's like you win like you become a millionaire and then you wake up empty-handed. And that's what's great about it. Like in a nighttime dream, and there's others, there's seemingly, but when you wake up, there's no one. Nothing really happens in a nighttime dream. It's often said that there's no difference between a night and daytime because there's no one that wakes up and no one that goes to sleep.
So what you're saying is
Sir, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, so, because in the nighttime dream, you might think you got something and you wake up and it was nothing. So in this, what I think is being awake or being alive when I'm not sleeping, there's nothing that can really be held on to by the identity that's trying to hold on to everything and own everything.
Can you hold on to dreams?
No. But it feels like this is a physical reality.
Well, that's the dream. The dream is this is real, that I have to get something. I have a purpose. I have a journey. There's a sound. There's movement. There's colors. Everything is exploding, but really nothing is happening. Like a dream. Like a dream character talking to a dream character, talking about dream stuff. So we're talking dreamlish right now. And it doesn't really make sense. It's all gibberish.
Mad. Thank you.
I don't know who's next, but Mika, I think. Hey, Mika. How are you doing?
Yes, thank you. Fine.
William, you're making this far more complicated than it needs to be.
Go ahead, Mika.
Yeah, like I'm interested about like communication and interaction with language and communication.
Yes.
And I have like couple examples like
Sure.
about different languages. Like I
Yeah.
just read like Hopi Indians that
Yeah.
they didn't have any concept for time, like
Yeah.
past and present and future, and so
Mhm.
so it was already in their language this idea that there is no
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that is this like language also making this
Yeah. As I said, these words are all empty. This is
yeah.
emptiness, speaking to emptiness. So any idea about language and culture and all that kind of stuff is just all emptiness, expressing as a culture, expressing as language. As I said, I'm really talking in Dreamlish here. And you are responding back in Dreamlish because all that we could talk about is just a dream. And there's nothing outside of the dream. All that
Yes.
there is this. Yeah, and there's nothing outside of this. So anything that's conjured up is an idea. It's kind of like an illusion, thinking of another illusion. But what keeps on appearing is that the illusion is just getting reinstated. It's just a circular loop of illusions.
Yes, I was also like thinking that is there like English is little clumsy in that way that there is like a lot of nuance,
Yeah.
like naming, and I
Yeah.
was wondering that would it be easier to communicate with some other language? Like second example was like I read about like Blackfeet Indian that their
Yeah.
language was just verb based, that no
Yeah.
no naming at all. But this is little like off topic that,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah. It's all right.
wondering.
So cool.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Yeah. Yeah. All languaging, as I said, this is just really silence appearing as languages. So whatever appears is just really silence, simultaneously appearing as languages, as whatever, as ideas. It's all silence.
Yes. No more. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mika. Chris Emerson.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm awesome, thanks. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even really know. I think I might have lied when I said awesome. I really don't know how I'm doing. Um, awesome seems right. Um,
Awesome's happening. That's
uh,
cool.
yeah, I mean, thank you for that Dreamlish thing. I haven't heard that before, and that's fun. Um, Yeah, I mean, hearing you say something like there is no you, I'm like, well, there is a me. I mean, there is no separation, but there is, if I identify as this, then this is me. I am this.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's
I,
completely all right. And the identification of I and everything, is all right. But when it's expressed that there's no separation, when expressed that this is a dream, the I drops, the me drops, the we drops, the other drops, because everything is illusory. Everything that the me perceives is appearing as an illusion. It's kind of like an illusion coming up with illusions. And there's nothing wrong or right about that because the perfect illusion is that this is real, that I am real, that you and I are talking, that there's a sound appearing, that there's movement happening, there's this happening going on. But since what's being expressed there is just the obviousness that this is just an appearance of a disappearance appearing simultaneously without any pause, without any boundaries. Um, in the story, there seems to be a beginning and end. But as I said earlier, this is the Alpha and Omega appearing as this. This is wholeness appearing as separation.
yeah, yeah, like the illusion is true but not real. The
Yeah,
appearance is true but not
we
real,
don't
or
even,
real but not true.
it's the unreal and the real appearing as simultaneously as this. So we don't even have a word for it. We can't even comprehend it because this is the illusion Anything that the illusion or the me can think of is me stuff. Anything that the dream can dream of is dreamlish.
It's so funny. It's so funny to like take a dream seriously.
No, no,
Like,
no, no. Again, this is the closest that I can say is that this is a dream, but it's unknowable. This is
right, but
unknowable.
people take this dream so seriously.
Oh
Like,
yeah, 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 totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Totally,
it's
yeah.
like, dude, like chill out. Like it's just a game. Like it's just a dream.
It's
Like,
just a play. It's just playing by itself for no one. It's really
yeah.
like
Well,
a divine joke or a cosmic joke. There's going to be a joke that keeps on going forever, but there's never any punchline because no one will ever get it.
seems like the punchline is kind of like realizing this itself. Like this what this is
You
itself.
can't really realize it because this is just an unfolding, right? This is kind of like the moment that you realize it becomes a knowing. So this is a knowing, a knowing, a knowing, a knowing because there's no one that can hold on to anything.
Yeah, like knowing unknowing kind of is the punchline.
Yeah, yeah, kind of, but you know what? It's not really too. It is and it isn't. Because when you know unknowing, it's not a knowing anymore.
It all gets very paradoxical.
Yeah.
You try to think about it. Well, thank you.
Let's chat soon again, Chris.
Yeah.
There you.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Very good. So this is streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot
So
about that. Sorry.
no problem. So people in the apparent future are going to watch this.
What future?
The apparent future.
Oh, the apparent future. Okay.
So I mean, this message is not for me in a sense.
No.
No. So like I cannot apply this to my apparent life.
There's no you having a life, so how can it be applied?
But there appears to be this thing.
It's just an appearance. Yeah.
It's just, and there seem to be rules. Like some people take the rules very serious.
You need to push
But
off
yeah.
the shore and get into the free flow.
You need to not just unmute yourself.
It's just what's happening.
It's
But
just
go
what's
ahead, Gary.
happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Where are we?
I don't know. I don't know.
So I mean, this idea of applied non-duality.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes work with that?
How can you apply something that's already it can't be applied because who is it going to be applied to? There seems to be a contradiction there.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as non-duality anyway. It's just a word. It's just a word trying to express something that doesn't really have a word. As I said earlier, I was trying to put that, the seeming oppositeness, but this doesn't have any opposite. This is the silence appearing as voices appearing from apparent to different people, seemingly at the same time. So there's no really word for that. This is completeness, wholeness, appearing as separateness.
And this cannot be understood.
And it's a mystery. And it can't be understood by whom? Who understands it? And it can't also be misunderstood.
Misunderstood. You mean?
It can't be understood and it can't be misunderstood because there's no one.
But
to
these
understand it.
words are trying to point to something.
No,
not really. Not really.
No.
And you not try to, like, there's no one there who tries to give anyone anything.
No, there's never been anyone here, and it's obvious there's also no one there.
Mm-hmm. to no one. Emerson, thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
Okay. Hello.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm
Tom.
fine. How are you?
Awesome.
Nice. I don't know what this is exactly, but I just joined. Can you tell me what this is about?
Nothing.
Oh. Well, tomorrow's my birthday.
Happy birthday. How old are you
Thank
going to
you.
be?
16.
Happy, that's epic. Happy 16th
Yeah.
birthday.
Thank
All
you.
that there is this. There's no tomorrow, there's no yesterday, there's just this. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Okay,
All right.
I'll unmute.
All right. Jason.
Hi, Emerson.
Hi, Jason. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I got this urge to talk to you.
Yeah,
And
for
then,
sure.
and then I realized there's no you. It's like, who or what am I even talking to? It's
There's
like,
also
why
no
is
one
there,
there. There's also no
yeah,
one there.
why is there even talking happening at all? It's like,
Apparently, it's happening, but it's not really happening, isn't it?
it seems like it's happening.
It seems
I
like it.
don't know. It seems
Yeah.
like it. I had a little story. This morning I went for a walk in the woods and just normal. Everything's normal, you know, being a person and la la la. And at some point there were
There's no
emotions.
you. It's like, who are
Go ahead.
It's like there were emotions coming up, but it was like they were just in empty space. Like it wasn't happening for anybody. It's like there's just, I mean, it's another aspect, I guess, of what I've been hearing about, but it's just kind of, it's so disorienting. It's like just empty space and there's all these emotions happening for nobody. I don't know, I just wanted to,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
it's just
the empty
weird.
space and whatever is appearing is not really separate. As I said, it's appearing simultaneously.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's
yeah,
empty fullness.
yeah. It's just, there's some disorientation because it was like the body was still me, right? And the thoughts were still me, but then the feelings, the emotions were just in space. Sounds weird.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's really no thoughts and there's really no me. So it's just appearing. It's just an appearance. Again, we like to try to label all of this coming up, arising, this and that, and here and there. And there's nothing wrong or right about that. It's just what seems to be happening. But it's just completeness. And even saying completeness and incompleteness are just words that's pointing out to something that cannot be described as complete or whole or anything because it's unknowable. It's a mystery.
It's very mysterious.
But for no one. So if it's a
Oh,
mystery and it's not appearing for no one, then it can't be solved. And it's hopeless.
it's just that way. Okay, thank you. I'll let someone else have a turn. Thank
There's a bunch of questions here that's happening. I think the last time, this is from Joey, I was awesome. I was 2 years old. The me has to take it seriously. Not an idea. Oh, I heard this communication and now won't take life seriously. Uh, Joey's awesome. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Joey. There is nobody that can know anything anyway. That's true. This is not a knowing. What's being expressed here is unknowing. It's the infinite unknowing, and there's no one that can hold into any knowings. It's just constantly unknowing. It's like knowing and unknowing simultaneously appearing, but for no one. And then Jade goes, knowing equals unknowing. There are no difference between them. All words equals all words. Yeah, can't be known in a definable way, but is known undefinably. Let me just go to YouTube here because I forgot about YouTube. Bear with me here for a second. Oh, nothing.
Oh yeah, Emerson. I don't
I
think the
screwed
retreat is
I
working.
screwed up again. I forgot about so there's no streaming on Nothing Media. That's completely all right. It's just what's happening. William, go ahead, please.
Yeah, like I said before when I spoke to you, there's a desperation to know what's happening. Would you say that that's what? Well, would you say that unknowing is freedom?
That's just kind of like putting something that can't be known. How can you know freedom when freedom is not personalized? So knowing freedom is like suffering because it becomes kind of like an idea of what freedom should be. So what's being expressed here is this unconditional freedom that doesn't have any limitations, that doesn't have a personalization. So it's not a personalized freedom. It's freedom appearing as it is, as this and not this. Whatever seems to appear is just free.
Yeah, because I would make a difference. Like that character, Emerson, is no longer trying to know or make sense of what's happening. So that character is free, whereas this character feels burdened by the need to
Okay,
understand
you just
things.
said something really profound there, William. This character and this character. So is there any difference between this character and that character?
Oh, I think one has died and the other one, it still feels like they are a person.
But both are fiction. Died or no died is both fictional. So there's no difference.
So basically,
meaning there's no one here and there's no one there, regardless if you think that someone died or someone did not die or someone's liberated or whatever. It's the same. They're both illusory. They're both unreal, appearing as real. It's the same thing. There's no difference in it. So you're looking for, what's over there and what's over here, but there's no over here and there's no over there. It's just there's nothing here and there's nothing there. There's emptiness here and there's emptiness there. There's no
Emerson,
separation.
is that a green screen behind you?
I'm sorry? Oh, yeah, it's a green screen. Yeah. But go ahead, William.
No, so basically, because my sense is that freedom is hidden by the need to know what's happening, but really freedom isn't ever hidden.
Who hides freedom then? No one can hide freedom because freedom is just this. This is already completely free. So there's no one no one that can hold freedom because freedom is freedom. No one can claim it. No one cannot have it because there's no one in freedom. Freedom does not have anyone because it's free. So there's no individuals in freedom. There's not a we or a me or an I or a you or over here and over there. Freedom is just appearing as full and completeness. It doesn't lack anything if it doesn't have any ownership. No one claims freedom. How can it be freedom when there's an ownership of it? How can it be my freedom and your freedom and still call it freedom?
It's got to be everything, hasn't it?
It's got to be everything or nothing.
I don't get the nothing. Well, I don't get the everything either.
No one gets it.
I still think you've got it, but thank you.
No one's got it. No one's got it. Anita, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Anita. How are you?
Hi. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, in one way, the message looked very clear.
Mm.
And then, but this is a story. As you know, I'm working at a school with children.
Yeah.
And there was one girl, she's 14 or 15. The fourth stepfather has left and the mother is blaming the child.
Mm.
So here is a kind of a sense, I want to help that child in a
Yeah.
way to feel better.
Yeah. So it's just help happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what happens. Compassion happens. Whatever happens, happens. But there's no one doing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
That's also no one is doing it.
Yeah. No one has ever helped anyone. No one has ever been helped. Because to have a help and a helping and someone being helped is separation. What's seen here is that there is no separation. It's all happening. Seemingly separate, but there's never been anything like that.
Yeah, that's what I feel. There's no one separate. That's what I feel
Yeah.
very, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Gillen, how are you?
I'm fine, totally uncompromised. What a relief. Oh,
I got your message. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, thank you very much
Yeah.
too, Emerson. I was just thinking, like, it's like nothingness is absorbed, whether by a movie, whether under hypnosis, whether by the me, whether by the mental noise. There's the nothingness is a multiple opportunity to just get caught in, anything, gambling. Not everything can work just to be absorbed, but nothing is really absorbed, but this give the impression that this is absorbed. I don't know if it's the good word. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm practicing my English with non-dual meetings, so I'm very.
That seems to be what's happening. That's
Way
cool.
out of this message sign language.
So yeah, so anything can cut the nothingness, and so it's easy. I really like your when you talk about the dream, like, and awaken. It's all the same. It's just apparently more. The timeline looks like more.
Yeah, there's no timeline, right? Dream and awakeness seemingly appearing at the same time.
Yeah,
But it's not appearing. No one is dreaming and no one is awake.
Yeah.
You can
That's
say
the
that it's just
That's the beauty of this message. Yeah. Thank you very much, Emerson.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, let me go back into that about dream and nighttime dream. There's no separateness. So no one has ever really fallen asleep that needs to wake up. No one has really ever woken up, and to teach everybody to wake up. Because dreaming, falling asleep and waking up is a dream state.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone tells you that they're awake, they just think that they're awake in a dream.
Yeah. There's only one thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing, nothingness appearing as
Just
everything.
breathe the mini.
We have a couple of questions here. What are your apparent thoughts how the self-ego me is anchored in the physical plane by the body? Are the senses of the physical plane used to justify the idea of self, perpetuating and complicating the idea of existing? Thank you, Lincoln, if you want to add something to that. But what I can say is, if there's no me, if there's no one here, there's also no body. There seems to be an appearance of a body, kind of like the appearance that I am real, that I have a body. But it's just an appearance. It's just another illusion, another dream. It's another veil. But this illusion or this dream is this felt sense of reality that I am a body, that I'm moving through time and space, that I've got a purpose, that there's a meaning, that there's something that I need to do. There's something where that I was born and I'm going to die. So all of it is just an illusion appearing as real simultaneously. And the veil is that that I have to get through the veil. But the one that is, thinking that I have to get rid of the veil is the veil. The one that thinks that they have to awaken or to get enlightened or to whatever is the veil. So the veil can't get rid of the veil because it's the veil. There's a seeing that there's the veil. And once that seeing is that this illusion, this me, this veil, this dream, this illusion, whatever words that want to use for the illusion or Maya or something like that, cannot be dispelled. The me can't get out of the me, the self can't get out of the self, the dream can't get out of the dream, the illusion can't get out of the illusion, because it's the dream, it's the illusion, it's the me, it's what is. What's being expressed here is just that the seeing that this is the unreal and the real apparently happening at the same time for no one. Chris goes, no one's got it and no one can lose it. Yes. Isn't that the best though? If no one got it, then no one can lose it. Epic. Jade goes, what I think that what is going on in my life is what's appearing, same as like thought of fishing appearing. Yeah, so whatever thoughts or ideas or illusions that you can conjure up in a dream is still a dream. So the idea that I will fall away, the idea that the me is going to one day disappear, is just the dream reinserting the dream. It's the me reaffirming the me. It's this circular, reaffirmation that I am real. Because if I fall away, then I'm not real. But if I am going to fall away, it's just basically a confirmation that I'm real. So no one falls away. No one collapses. Because there's never been anyone here. Although no one can help it, because there's never been anyone, there's this idea that if I get this, then I will collapse, that I will die, that I will be liberated. But what's being expressed here, that this is already total liberation. This is already full and completeness. This is already unconditional freedom. So the moment that the illusion comes up with something, it's always going to be conditional.
Spontaneous miracles.
Spontaneous. Spontaneous, simultaneously appearing, but for no one. I don't really like using the miracles as something kind of like magical or something, but it's cool too. What's being expressed here is this ordinariness, this naturalness is extraordinary. A couple more questions here. Kim, hi Kim, how are you doing? Kim goes, the dreamer in a sleeping state upon waking may not be able to remember their dream. That's true, yeah. Yet upon awakening, the dreamer takes this world to be real. Yeah, so no one really wakes up and no one really goes to sleep. So this is just a seemingly a spontaneous dream, but with no dreamer. So there's no one that's dreaming. This is just an appearance of a dream that's appearing, but no one has ever really gone to sleep. So no one will ever wake up. And this is just an appearance of something that's really quite obviously that there's never been anyone here. Jade goes, I think I am attending this Zoom meeting appearing as a thought. There are really no thoughts, like there are no you. All of this is just an appearance. Again, this can be another trap, right? So if you start believing that you're not real, if you start knowing that there's a no me, if you start, kind of like making it into a dogma that the me will fall away, then it's just another trap in a circular illusion trying to get out of the illusion. You can say a mantra, there's no me, there's no me, there's no me, there's no me, but not believing is also a belief. It has just gone underground. Or a desire to be no me, and then all of a sudden you say that I don't have any desire to be a no me anymore. It's just another desire going underground. So a desire not to have any desire is still a desire. A me thinking that there are no me is still a me thinking that there'll be a no me. There's no way out of it. And I don't even know why everyone's listening, because this is really, really bad news for the me. It's kind of like it's like a death blow to the me. It's like, oh no, there's nowhere to go. Chris Emerson goes, body equals experiential field. Yeah, body and experience are the same illusion, because there's no experiencer, so there's no one experiencing. So there's seemingly kind of like this realistic, really kind of like felt sense, like more than 3D, kind of like realness, that this is really happening to me and everything, because that's the perfect illusion, that this is really happening to a me. But what's being exposed here, boldly and honestly, is that there's never been any you. So if there's no you, who's going to experience things? I'll get to you, Miko, but William, go ahead.
Hi, Emerson. So
Hi.
in the analogy or whatever, that the me is a veil, everything that's seen through that veil is that it's lacking something, or this appearance, whatever's happening, is lacking.
Yeah, because the veil is a veil of separation. It's a veil that incompleteness. It's a veil of a lack. It's a veil that I will get somewhere. It's a veil of imperfection. It's a veil of desire. But that veil all just roots to this singular veil of the belief that I am real.
Hi, William.
So
Hello,
everything
M5.
so everything that I am seeing through this veil is real. But there's no one that can see through the veil, because the veil is the illusion.
But when the veil appears to drop, then, well, there only ever is fullness. So even the experience that this is lacking something is fullness.
Yeah.
Appearing as something needs to happen, or this isn't perfect.
It's just an appearance. It's just an appearance, right? So, again, you know what, I'm going to use the dream analogy. Whatever happens in a dream, the moment that you snap out of it, of the dream, you're kind of like seeing that felt really real, but that didn't really happen.
Yeah.
That felt incredibly, it could be a nightmare, and you're kind of like sweating, and then you wake up and you're like, oh. So that's the seeing. This is just an example. This is just another story trying to tell a story, but kind of like that's kind of like almost kind of like a seeing of like, it's unreal, appearing as real, because that dream felt real, but it's not really real. But seemingly it appeared as real because I was running and sweating, and then the moment that I snapped out of it, although no one snaps out of it because it's just wholeness, I'm just trying to make an example. Then there's this relaxation. Oh, it's all like this. So if the nighttime dream and this is the same, then it's all like this. Boom.
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay. Basically saying nothing is happening. Does anything happen in a dream? Nah. Is there anyone in the dream? Nah. Is there time in the dream? It's all the same. Sameness appearing as a nighttime dream or daytime dream, but it's just appearing as this. Hi, Michael Owada. Could you talk about what apparently happened before the shift in the story. Do you remember if you were physically exhausted by searching before the need apparently disappeared? I'll share it, but you know what? This story doesn't really have any relation to what's being expressed about here. It's just a story. In the story of Emerson, there was this extreme seeking, but that seeking really had nothing to do with this. There was no continuation, seeking and everything, because as I'm going to mention it again, it's going to be repetitive. It's kind of like when you kind of like wake up from that nightmare of seeking, you're like, oh man, no one was ever seeking. No, there was no seeking happening. It was just an idea. There's nothing outside of this. All of there is this. So the history of Emerson is null and void because there's no Emerson to have a history. It's just an appearance. It's just this idea. It doesn't exist. Where is it?
Emerson, I think you're a mean DJ.
I have a co-host. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so in the story of the Emerson prior and the Emerson apparently as appearing as this are both illusory. So there's no Emerson before, after, and now. There's no you before, there's no you now, and there's you after. Actually, there's no before, after, and now. It's all an idea. It's all an idea about time appearing, timelessness appearing as time, appearing as a now or before and after. So it's really unnecessary. More questions. Sorry, I forgot about YouTube. Oh man, I'm going to do a YouTube. I completely forgot about Nothing Media. I'm so sorry. Can you please explain how come that if there is already no one, how come the relationship breakup can be so painful and sad? Thanks. Yeah, you know what? Because again, the dream and the illusion that this is completely real, that I am separate, that there's someone. And isn't it beautiful just to kind of like have this illusion that there is a separation, so you can cry, you can love it, all of this kind of like whatever. There's nothing wrong or right about it. It's just what's happening. So if there's seemingly a heartbreak, and that's what's happening. I cry at videos of animals getting reunited with their owners. And sometimes, when you're watching YouTube, it just keeps on going. So you're 2 hours going, There's this realness appearance of separation, but it's not taken seriously. So you can cry and heartbreak and everything. It's just an appearance. It's not an escape. This is the endless, spontaneous miracle. I don't like using the word miracle, but that's completely if you want to use it from Chris Emerson, because miracle seems to be a special happening to someone, because this is not happening to anyone. So this is just a happening. Let's take it back into like ordinariness and naturalness, because when someone's seeking, they're thinking that they're going to be angels and trumpets when this apparently happens. No, this extreme blissfulness. That's a dream. That's an idea. Nothing wrong or right about that, but it's just an idea. What's being expressed here is that this is already, there's nothing different from this. There's nothing outside of this. The seeking for something better than this is hopeless, because this is already stunning. This is already everything. And the ordinariness, once it's seen, the ordinariness meaning that there's never been anything separate, can't be unseen. Nothing to everyone. This is the question. Why is the appearances are nothing rather than something? It's not rather than something. It's nothing and everything appearing simultaneously. But it's really nothing. But I can't even say it's nothing because I don't know the words for it. It's a mystery. This is unknowable. This appearance is unknowable. Gillen goes, in certain way, the illusion of me has always been reconfirmed. The illusion can't get out of the illusion because the illusion is perfect. The illusion that this is real, that there's a beginning and an end. I've said this before, kind of like, I've made this example before. So, there's this, like you think that you're driving this really nice car and, you're kind of like, I'm such a great driver for an Asian. Look at my sharp turns, look at my parallel parking and all this kind of stuff. I just did a racist thing there. And then someone taps you on the side and says, Emerson, you've been driving a Tesla for the past, 3 hours. I'm like, oh, it's just happening by itself. So no one is in control. The illusion is that you're in control, but that's the illusion. It's a felt sense reality that you're really driving, but everything is just automatically happening. But it's not happening to anyone. It's just a happening. It's just a happening. Nothing special about it. Emerson, I think Niels wants to talk to you. Who's Niels? Please, raise your hand if you want to. Or not. Emerson, can you explain more? Oh, Niels. Hi, Niels. How are you?
Hello.
How are you?
Well, I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
Excellent.
Well, it was just my friend. He was joking with me. So.
Okay.
But I joined late, so I'm not really sure what this is all about.
Oh,
could you explain,
awesome.
please?
Well, it's really nothing. It's about nothing. Just like everything, it's really nothing. And this is a happening that's not really a happening. And that's basically about it.
All right. Understandable.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. See, it's so easy. A nice piece that mentions the veil from Long Day's Journey into the Night by Eugene O'Neill. I don't really know Eugene O'Neill, but Joey sent a link there. Chris goes, it's either all special or none of it special. Yeah. You can also say that nothing is special because no one is special. Or you can also say that everything is special. So no one is special, everything is special. It's the same thing. Jay goes, so what is this cannot be explained?
Everyone's special in a different way.
Oh, Jay goes, what this is cannot be explained, but intuitively it feels like nothing. There's this resonance sometimes, like I was talking to someone earlier in a one-on-one kind of like conversation about, what's really resonating here. When the resonance is apparently happening, it's not really happening to anyone. It's just a happening. So it's emptiness, recognizing emptiness, but not really recognizing it. It's nothing, speaking to nothing. So that's why there's sometimes a confusion or kind of like, people get dizzy about this and everything because it's this duplicitous thinking that everything is separate, thinking that there's a this and that when it's being expressed.
Well, there's no anyone really.
Yeah, there's no one. I think I've said that, made that clear over and over again. There's never been anyone. I'm just talking in dreamlish and trying to express something that cannot really be expressed because there's no one no one that I can express it to. So this is just an expression. There's a question here. It doesn't seem nothing. It seems full. Yeah, it's empty fullness. Again, this is not about, landing at anything. So trying to grasp this, trying to understand this, trying to know this is like a dream, dreaming up a dream. An illusion, thinking about illusion. And this can't be understood. No one will ever get this. Because the getting it is just another trap. It's just another illusion. It's just another dream. Knowing this is just another idea. And all of this, all that I'm saying actually is just silence appearing as sounds, stillness appearing as movement, nothing appearing as everything, not separately, simultaneously. So no one can ever grasp that. Chris goes, it's not nothing, it's this, absolutely full and absolutely empty at the same time. Yeah, you can also say that. Again, we're just talking, we're just trying to guess at what's something obvious. Because again, as I said this before, trying to really kind of like explain this is muddying the water of what's already clear and here. Something that has never left, something that will never leave, something that will never, ever be understood. Something that's always going to be unknowable, something that's already perfect, something that's already completely free. So trying to put meanings and definitions and everything is trying to take a chip of free and making it free for them. But there's no them and there's no you and there's no I and there's no others. Free is already staring at free. A couple more questions. There's a question here in YouTube that I completely forgot. Can you please... there's no one to see the illusion of the no separation, so it just happens. There's never been anyone. There's never been any separation. There's really no illusion. There seems to be an illusion, but the illusion is so perfect. It's so persistent. But once it's seen, once the illusion is seen, then everything crumbles. Everything falls apart. Everything is seen as something that's not really happening, but also happening. Something that is real, but not really real. Something that is complete, but incomplete. But we don't have any words for those because we can only think in separateness. But there's really no we or I or anything. So I'm going to end this with this. This is just silence. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Emerson.
Thank you, Emerson.
I want to see everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emerson. Love you.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Emerson.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just in a club!
Mhm.
Holy shit, I'm just in a club!
I don't know what's going on. But
Take
Sorry,
care.
Emerson.
I have
Thanks a lot.
10 more spots on my I'm doing a free retreat in the end of March. There's only 10 spots left. If you want to join it, just email me. It's going to be fun. And thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I'm going to open up the breakout room. Someone, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye, Emerson.
Bye.